I've been thinking about why I keep getting labeled as an experimental artist, especially when my sonic signature sits within the same space as Charlie XCX and Skrillex. And the deeper I dig, the more interesting it gets. What I've noticed is that the moment I started integrating more tech into my art, not just as a trend but as a core part of my work, was when the experimental label truly stuck. It's fascinating how, my genuine interest in pushing boundaries through tech can overshadow what my music actually sounds like. Someone had actually pointed out something really interesting to me, that while my influences like, A.G. Cook reference points, they're still pretty niche in the mainstream, I guess, sphere. And yes, my aesthetic choices, I wear Rick Owens, Margiela, I present myself that way, probably reinforces that preconception. I also think that being a queer Asian woman working in the electronic music space in Australia adds additional layers to this conversation. Beyond our, Aussie laid back culture, there's actually a structural issue that shapes how innovation is perceived here. I was discussing this with one of the most highly qualified and educated professionals in XR technology in Australia, and he shared this insight. We actually lack educators who can teach emerging tech at university level here in Australia. Lately, I've been wrestling with a different question. Is being experimental the same as being innovative? And I explored NFTs. It was about discovery and pushing boundaries. And while my core fans were on board, and yes, the returns definitely beat Spotify royalties, but it made me realize that maybe the wider infrastructure just wasn't there yet. But no regrets, because it taught me really valuable lessons about the audience journey. So I guess now I'm working on finding that sweet spot, taking creative risk while making sure my art connects with more people. Because maybe being experimental and innovative doesn't have to be an either or situation. Anyway, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this.